to be like revered and all that.
Most definitely. This one says, any advice for Little Mac, man? Yeah, bro, you need to up tilt and don't get hit off stage, okay? All right, guys, in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump right into this game right here, man. We are here on Battlefield, Alphicans versus Ksev. Ksev, a Michigan native. You know, I think at this point, kind of just a Michigan legend. You know, he's done a lot of great work out there with the weeklies. And, of course, he's one of the co-creators, co-founders of Showdown Battle Royale. So when it comes to TOing, when it comes to playing as well, too, because there was a point in time when he was one of the best foxes in the world back in Smash 4. Ksev definitely has you covered. He's kind of the one-stop shop for, like, all the things you can do in Smash professionally. But with this in mind, though, it's been against Alphicans. Alphicans obviously been playing out of his mind this weekend as well, too. I know we had to see a little bit of that. That Ivysaur. Yes.
We don't know if he had that matchup against that Zelda, but we know for a fact that he did kind of take that game and run away with it. You know, just with knowledge of how the game works.
Yes. Ivysaur can be very difficult for Snake, I think. You know, Snake is a character who needs to recover with ease. You know, he doesn't like a lot of pressure, doesn't like a lot of stuff like that. With that in mind, I just think, you know, Snake, you know, you take that Cypher away from him, you know.
Yeah, he's just going to fall.
He's going to fall, you know, and I think Ivysaur has the right hitboxes as well, too, to kind of hit him out of Cypher. Because that's another problem, too. There are certain characters who punish well off stage, but because Snake has the Cypher and he has, like, the armor on it, he's just difficult to kill. But on the opposite end of that spectrum, though, Snake, no sort of killing options as well, and especially not versus a character like Ivysaur. Even though Ivysaur can recover from such a vast distance away with Vine Whip, he still does that swing animation before he comes down. If you time that Nikita perfectly, Ivysaur will either have to, if he does survive, will either have to try to come back to the ledge again, but like super awkwardly, or he's going to have to switch over to Charizard.
And Snake does have the capability to dish out tons of damage really quickly with proper placement of grenades and C4s, and kind of get kills like really early on. Like we've seen like notable Snakes like MVD or like Salem or like Ally even too.
That's right.
Being able to take advantage of grenade placement and C4 placement to kind of fish for early stocks, and which almost 100% of the time works.
I think grenades really work for Snake in most matchups because in this game, obviously, you know, you get a lot off of like a short hop aerial in, and you can kind of go from there. But when he has a grenade, you know, you get the detonation, and then of course it just resets to neutral. Or it puts you in a position to where Snake can actually hurt you now. But in this case right here, Ivysaur kind of has a bit of an advantage on Snake in certain aspects because he has the ability to just outstall like the grenades. I mean, of course, Snake can always cook them before he throws them. But the fact that he has Razor Leaf kind of makes Snake think twice before he tosses out. See, as you see right there, it makes him think twice before tossing it out. Now he's electing to just kind of leave them in place and hope that the fact that Pokemon Trainer has to play around the grenades, he can find that opening.
And with the grenade pressure on the stage, you see kind of you see Alph just like kind of hopping from platform to platform, trying to avoid the damage from the grenades here, because both of them are at a very high percentage here.
Oh yes.
And can make an easy kill with can get easy kills with any of their options.
Yeah, you know, I think yeah, you know, easy kills are definitely on their mind. You know, maybe not so much easy, but oh wow, that's unfortunate right there.
Wow, Steve from the grenade there.
Yeah, man, you got to be aware of your tools all points in time. Man, kind of got caught slipping up there in that corner. But I don't think that, you know, maybe these characters kill easy, except like maybe Nikita. Nikita obviously is very easy. I just think that, you know, they are blessed with some really good moves. Where, you know, maybe looking at maybe some of the other characters in the game, they have to go for some sort of conversion before they go for whatever it is they're looking for. These characters sometimes they just toss out hitboxes and just hope for the best. So with this in mind right there, good pivot grab from Alphicans. Gets the spike. Oh, yeah, he's going to go for it twice. Oh,
nice
but
air
then,
dodge.
Yes, that's so smart because you know that if you hit his Cypher, he just plummets. You know, he just dies. So that was really smart to burn the air dodge.
Special fall after his Cypher's broken. And why aren't we on the mainstream? It's just scheduling. This is where we were put for the time being.
Yeah. Okay. 120.5% right here from Ksev. Ksev still playing very, very strong. And even though like he is in the deficit, Snake can completely switch up the pacing of the match as you see right now, just kind of setting up shop here on the right side of the stage, holding down fort. And now, you know, the more grenades, the more that the opponent kind of has to play around them. I think, you know, the Alphicans has been getting a lot of percent just based off of getting in, as you see right there. But if Ksev builds up just a better fortress of just, you know, projectiles and C4s, he might be able to actually bring this thing back because honestly enough, as crazy as it is to say, 148%, that is a lead for Alphicans, but I'm talking like 1 or 2 solid conversions, maybe 3 at the most, and Alphicans can be in some real trouble here.
With a couple good grenade placements and some C4 plays, like I mentioned before, Snake can rack up damage really quickly, and it's been seen through players like MVD, Ally, Salem, stuff like that. Snake can turn the game around into his favor if he doesn't mess up, because the grenades and the C4 can hurt him.
That's
very,
right.
And very hard too.
Yeah, and I think another thing too, even though Snake is a very strong character, he's very good. I think people think that he's like top 5, and I'm like, in order for me to think a character is top 5, I need to see like this character is over centralized in the meta. Like I need to see like Smash 4 all Bale, all Cloud. Like I need to see Meta Knight from Brawl. I need to see Fox, Ice Climber, stuff like that in Melee. I think right now there are a lot of really, really good Snakes, but there are only 3 that can really compete at like that top level.
This game is really close.
And it's, like you said, Ally, Snake, MVD. And yes, this match obviously very, very close. Uses the C4, the C4.
And the Nikita as well, arguably one of the best moves in the entire game.
That's right. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, the Nikita. And like you say, definitely one of the better moves, if not the best projectile, in quotes, in the game. But the thing about it as well, too, is that even though this match is kind of dwindling down, I like the fact that he's actually on charge. Obviously, you have their survivability.
Back throw, catching him out of the dash attack. Very nice.
Yes, you have the survivability that you have to take into consideration with Charizard as well, too. You also have the armor on the up special, too, to kind of clank with whatever projectile that, if it's timed correctly, that, Snake is tossing out. So, wonderful game as it comes down to the wire right there. Alphicans obviously playing very, very strong. Ksev obviously not playing bad as well, too. He's just a couple areas like he should probably kind of tighten up in. And just, adapt a little bit better here as we move into this next game.
Alphicans definitely being taken aback by Ksev here, knowing that his typical playstyle is not really applicable, and he has to kind of find a more defensive way to play. And because if Ksev can kind of find that opening and get that quick damage out, then he can rack up like a lot of damage, get those quick kills.
That's right. And I see the chat talking about Charizard. I think, I'm going to be real, I don't think Charizard is like that great of a character, but I do think that Pandarian is that great of a player that he can utilize Charizard to that highest extent. I think, and it wasn't like he was playing Charizard willy-nilly. Like, you only seen Charizard in, like, specific moments, which is how you're supposed to play Pokemon Trainer. You see, you got Ivysaur for some of those mid-percents, or maybe even some of the closing percents, too. Charizard definitely for the closing percents. Squirtle for some of the higher percents as well. So, like, I just think Pandarian just, plays pretty well with Pokemon Trainer for the most part.
And like we mentioned before with Mars and Zero Suit Samus, like that, a lot of people say that Zero Suit Samus is not a very good character, but in the right hands, she can be played like just so efficiently and so combo oriented, stuff like that.
That's right.
And yeah, moving on to game 2, we got a high percent racked up on Ksev right here. We see Alphicans trying to in the stock as well. We see him kind of adapting his gameplay to play more around the grenades and the C4. With a stage like Yoshi's, you only have that 1 platform versus 3.
That's right.
So yeah, when it comes to and even the slanted ledges as well.
Yeah,
which can prove difficult for some get up and recovery options.
Absolutely, man. I think obviously the slants, I think they take more into effect in this game more than like the other 2 installments that this stage was available in, like Smash 3DS, and then of course, oh wow, that was a really good tech read.
Roll read there.
Yeah, he should have went for a shield grab again.
Down throw.
Okay, goes for the up tilt that time again. Another great read there for Alphicans to go for the roll. Ksev though really starting to come alive here in this game, and I'm really appreciating what I'm seeing. But
no.
Are you serious? Hold up a minute.
Again in this game too.
Y'all in the chat, say a quick prayer for my man Ksev. That was actually gross. Okay, if somebody just leads the eulogy, me and Farrah will bow our heads. You know what I'm saying? In agreement, because that just wasn't right there. That was gross. But yeah, this stage obviously these slants are just goofy. Okay, and I didn't really notice it back in Brawler and 3DS, but I definitely I'm starting to notice it a bit more here. That this stage is just not what it claims to be. But obviously I'm still happy that it's here, and it definitely has its place in the meta. And with this in mind right now, Ksev has a lot of work here to make up, really struggling here to find this access point here on Alphicans. Alphicans obviously playing a bit of a keep away game now, forcing Snake to have to approach a little bit more aggressively, which is something that, even despite the intangibility, or the invincibility on Snake's dash attack, depending on whatever the hitbox is, I think it's like the arms and the head. It's still not quite enough right there for him to find a correct opening for some really good damage.
And what's he got going on? Something really exciting is going on. Oh, and the upbeat coming out from Alphicans to quickly close out the set.
Gorgeous gameplay right there, man, from both of those 2 competitors. But it was Alphicans was able to kind of close that thing out. Wow, that damn Vine Whip is just ridiculous, man.